When it comes to Indian clubs, the foundational move is the swing, much like the kettlebell. I'm going to show you guys how to properly execute it because it can be a little technical and a little intimidating. Welcome to Critical Bench. I'm Coach Zach here at the compound, and I'm going to show you guys how to execute the Indian club swing as well as some of my favorite moves. Now, the first thing you want to make sure is your posture. You want to bring your feet in, heels together, toes pointing outward. You want to have a braced core, and you want to make sure you're breathing to your belly. Now, shoulders are always back and down anytime you're doing anything with Indian clubs or actually any exercise. Shoulders always back and down with optimal posture. Now, extend the Indian club out. You can have your other hand to your hip and then bring it in. And now the key is you want to bring your elbow as far over as it can get. So from here, you're just making a C, bringing that elbow in as far as you can get. As soon as you get up here by your face, you're going to externally rotate your shoulder. And then you're going to fully extend your arm out and then swing it through. Now, just like anything with Indian clubs, it's all about the grip. You want to have a firm grip, but not too tight. You're not muscling it, you're flowing with it. And before you do anything fast, you got to make sure you do it well. Get the technique down, get the form, and then you can increase the speed. So again, starting out at the side, coming across, driving with that elbow, externally rotating it, and then fully extending it, and then coming through. So make sure you're just driving with that elbow, externally rotating, and then fully swinging it out. This is amazing for your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder. Increases your mobility, increases your range of motion, as well as building strength. The Indian clubs are unique because the weight is all the way at the end, and they increase the lever which you have to operate with, really using your grip strength, elbow, and shoulder. You can even do this with two. Remember, do it well before you do it fast. And now the tricky part with doing both of them is coming in front of you. You just got to get the technique down, and then you can do it with speed. That's the Indian club swing. Another one of my favorites is the Crescent swing. So you're gonna take a stance, feet hips width distance apart. Remember, brace through the core, shoulders back and down, and then you're gonna come across almost like a C. And you're also rotating your body, driving, shifting the weight to the hip. So if I'm using my right hand, shifting my weight to my left hip. Coming down, and then fully rotating it out. And then doing the other one, letting the Indian club in the back fall behind me. So I'm coming across, and then with my whole body, twisting open, really getting a good shoulder stretch, really getting that external rotation. And then do both at a time. The key is the weight distribution. You want to be going one side to the other. It's a whole body workout. You're also using your core. Remember, tighten the core. And then again, do it well before you do it fast. Wrists should be loose, but not limp. Remember, firm, not clenched. Another one of my favorites are rotational swings. Again, take the posture, heels together, toes pointing out, brace through the core, breathe through your diaphragm, and then one at a time, all the way up, taking it to its full range of motion. And then you're rotating through your thoracic too. So I'm tightening the pelvis, tight through the core, flexing, and then I'm just moving through my thoracic. Getting a nice rotation in as well. You can do it back, and you can do it forward. Another one of my favorites are halo swings. Now again, take the posture, heels together, toes pointing out. This causes you to use your core more. Breathe, and then extend them fully out. And then around the head. Remember, I'm tight through the core. Now I've got some Muay Thai moves for you. High blocks and low blocks. Take a fighter's stance, feet hips width distance apart. Indian clubs up by the face, high blocks. Making a full rotation with your elbow. Making sure you're driving with your elbow, trying to make your elbow go as high as possible. Keeping a strong, firm grip on the Indian club. Not letting the Indian club fall to your shoulder. Keeping it up and rotating through. Remember, there's a little bit of weight shift in the lower body. So when you're coming up with the right, you can come up on your right toe, shifting your weight to your left. As for low blocks, same thing. Hands up by your face, come down. Using a strong wrist. And the same thing with the elbow. You want your elbow to go as far as comfortable and then swing it back up. The Indian club swing is very similar to the kettlebell swing, except you get a little bit more overhead mobility work going on. So again, heels together, toes pointing out, Indian clubs down by the side, shoulders back and down, tight through the core, firm yet not clenched. And then you're just gonna, from the hips, all the way up, getting that full overhead mobility. If you can't go all the way up above your head, that's okay. You gotta start somewhere. You'll improve and then eventually be able to get your arms all the way overhead. And then it's just like a swing. Now you don't want to be using your lower back to get that extension. Again, you want to be tight through the core and let the overhead come from the shoulders. Now this Indian club might look the same as the last ones I've used, but it's actually iron and it's 10 pounds. If you find yourself with a heavy Indian club, you can do the chop squat. So you're gonna take your feet a little bit wider or hips width distance apart, squat position. You're gonna make sure you're braced through the lower body, through the core. Bring that up over your head. You should be feeling a nice tricep stretch, a nice overhead shoulder mobility. And then with your exhale, bringing it down into a squat. Now you don't want your arms to fall below parallel. Keep them parallel. Keep that shoulder engaged and come back up with the inhale. Exhale and down. Now remember, you have one hand on top of the other. You want to work them out equally, so make sure you get the other one on top at some point. And just move with your breath. Hope you enjoyed that video. Those are some of my favorite Indian club exercises. Those might look smooth and easy, but they're actually quite exhausting for your shoulders, elbows, and wrists because you don't use those muscles and supporting structures as much. Before you go, I want to give you a free report on how actors get shredded. You can access it in two ways. Hit the drop-down arrow to access the description for the video, and it's criticalbench.com/shredded. You just have to enter your email and that report is yours. Or you can just click this box right here. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out these other fitness videos that I know you'll love. I'm Coach Zach here at the Compound. We'll see you next time.